centre-back for Borris-Ileigh. Francie, who works as a manager down in Care House Hotel down in Care. Francie, has it been a big strain on you to come from Care each night training, 3 nights a week?
Well, obviously, John, there's a bit of sacrifice in driving up 30 miles and driving back 30 miles, you know. But apart from that, you know, it's been well worth the effort, I must say.
There must be, of course, great credit due to your wife for putting up with you coming away on those nights.
Absolutely, yeah. We give her a big 6 marks day for cooperating in every way possible. Sure, been looking after her well, like, you know.
Yeah. And what does it mean to you to play in an All-Ireland final in Croke Park?
Well, first of all, I suppose I'd have to say it's a great honour for the parish, like, to be in the All-Ireland. For me personally, the way I look at it, anything is a bonus at 40, like, you know. And I'm thrilled to be on the team. To be honest with you, I didn't think I would be on the team. I broke my leg last year, and I was pleasantly surprised to be able to get back reasonably fit. I have no real strain at the moment on it. I'm flying it, you know.
Yeah, you're as fit as you ever were.
Well, obviously at this stage I'd have to be fitter than I ever was, but I think I'm in fairly good shape, all right, yeah.
Does the wife say anything about all this excess energy you're using after training sessions?
Oh, it's very good for saddle, yeah, very good for saddle. Very fit, yeah.
We'll have to put a dot in front of that one. Okay.
Okay, John.
Thanks very much, Francie.
Very much indeed, Jonathan.
And now we present the Borris-Ileigh team. First we have Timmy Stapleton, captain of the team in 1981. Timmy can turn defence into attack with his great determination and skill. Timmy was captain of the Tipperary team in 1982. We have Michael Ryan, captain. His leadership qualities can win us the day. Jerry Stapleton, centre-back, is without doubt the most talented player on the team. At 27 years of age, he possesses a gifted pair of wrists. Now we have Timmy the Hair Ryan. Not that he has all that much hair in his head, but Timmy is probably the best overhead hurler in hurling. His delivery to the forward line is a tremendous asset to the team. And there we have centre-half forward Noel Dwyer, is one of the most experienced players on the team. I am told that Noel played Railway Cup hurling with Munster before he played for Tipperary in the championship. He is so cool you would wonder how he has red hair. Noel won an All-Ireland medal with Tipperary in 1971 against Kilkenny. Noel is an excellent free taker. Full forward for Borris-Ileigh is Philip Kenny. Philip, who got some fantastic scores this year inside in Thurles in the county final. I think he got a ball about 80 yards out from the Killerwan goals and ran the whole way in past 2 men and put the ball over the bar. He also scored a very important goal against Lahan up in Limerick in the Munster semi-final. There we have Timmy Delaney. Timmy, who played at full forward for Borris-Ileigh against Killerwan in the North semi-final. Timmy, an excellent hurler. There we have Philip Delaney, won Northern County medal in 1985. There we have John Lasheen. He won a Northern County medal in 1985 as well. Now we have Seamus Devaney. He also won a Northern County medal in 85, son of Liam Devaney's. There we have Joe Lucknan. Joe living in Thurles at the moment, but at school in Borris-Ileigh, won medals in 85. There's John Joe Maher. John Joe understudy to Michael Ryan and Francis Blann at cornerback. There we have John Ryan, brother of Bobby and Aiden's and Flowery's. John, an excellent backman. The 3 most important people on the backroom committee, as they say, the 3 selectors, Tommy Dwyer, John McGrath on my left, and Rory Canaan here on my right. I'd like to ask the 3 of them first to know, has it been a hard job during the year, the picking of the team? I'll go to John here on my left first.
Not really, John. We had our few disagreements, I suppose, during the year, but we were able to iron them out to come to a satisfactory conclusion on all occasions. And I think, looking back over the year, that we can look back with pride, and I think that even that we say it ourselves, I think we've done a very good job. And out of what we started off with last year, we're facing an All-Ireland now, and I think many of the club in Ireland would be very happy to be in that position.
Tommy, would you say it's a very trying experience, this job as a selector?
It's my first year ever being a selector, and I suppose you could say it's trying, but my fellow two companions, I'd say, give me a good helping hand. So we worked well together, and we're in Ireland now, so we've achieved what we set out to achieve.
Is it as easy playing as it is selecting?
It's easier to play, John. You can get rid of your nerves.
Right, Rory, we were talking up in Limerick, I think it was after the Clahan match. We said that we had an awful lot of experience on the sideline, or experience and youth on the sideline. It's proven out now, isn't it? It's coming to a head.
Yes. It's hard to answer that one, John. I cannot really understand your question. What do you mean, like, it's coming to head? Like, it's carried us through, like.
The youth is coming out, isn't it?
Oh, the youth, yeah. The youth has progressed very well this year, like. But again, like, that's down to the help they got from the older players, like. Like Noel and the older guys, Timmy Ryan of Ileigh. But it's nice at this stage to see the likes of Noel and Timmy Ryan and Nick Owen, all these guys in an All-Ireland final, like. And there's something they deserve for what they've put into Hurling and Borris-Ileigh, like. And I hope they win their All-Ireland medal this time, you know.
Yeah, we had a very tough game against Ballycastle the last day. The injuries that we got on that day, are they cleared up?
Yeah, all the injuries have cleared up, and Mick Owen and Timmy Lenny are nearly fully fit now at this stage. They've come on very well in the meantime, and Philip is okay again. But the only one who's out now is Brendan, and it's tough on Brendan. He's going to miss it at this stage, but that's the way it goes, I suppose.
I suppose I better not put the big question to you and ask you what the team is going to be. I'll probably get clobbered. But the team has performed very well during the year, hasn't it, John?
Oh,
from the day they played Tummy Vera.
They have, yeah. That was really, I suppose, the turning point, you could say, in the year, that we got the chance to come back into the championship thanks to our efforts in the league. And we grasped that chance, and we brought out Paddy Doyle, and I suppose that really turned the whole thing on. And Brendan Kenny came back into training, and the thing snowballed from there, and everything went our way from that on to the county final, and we got a good run then in the Munster Championship, the All-Ireland semi-final.
Of course,
it's a pity we picked up the few injuries, and pity we're losing Brendan at this stage. But that's the look of the game, and hopefully I think all the rest of the injuries are cleared up, and we're looking forward to Patrick's Day and looking forward to a Borris victory.
And of course, Tommy, there's an awful lot of experience in this Borris team. I suppose there's hardly one of them that didn't wear the county jersey at one stage or another between minor, under 21 and senior. You haven't any worries about any of them playing in Croke Park, have you?
No, a lot of them played in Croke Park. A few of them didn't. An experience for them, but I think on the big day in Croke Park it's so tough for us. Big field suits out. All we want is plenty of room, and we let them have.
There you are, the selectors, very happy, confident that they can do it on the day. Grand. A great enlightenment that we got from the selectors. We go here to one of the players and the committee man, Tony Maher, and of course, Liam Devaney. Go to Timmy here first. Timmy, what does it mean to play in an All-Ireland final in Croke Park?
Well, John, it means everything to me because I've never played actually in Croke Park, and I've never really played in an All-Ireland, so it's my first big match, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you expect Martin Quigley to be paying a visit to you, or John, at some part of the game?
Well, it's hard to know. Every game, like, it all depends on how I'm playing myself, like, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter to me who I'm marking. I'm going out to play well in the All-Ireland, and that's it.
And Billy, of course, you're a man that played up in Croke Park more times probably than you walked into Borris. What does it feel like? What is the pressure like going out on a field in Croke Park the day of a match?
Well, I suppose the pressure in any All-Ireland, there's a lot of pressure, you know, to go out and win. To win is the principal thing. And I think that they're capable of winning. But the pressure, there will be pressure on the lads.
The nerves, I suppose the nerves before the match, quarter of an hour, 20 minutes before the match is fierce.
Yeah, well, a lot of lads have played in Croke Park, and a lot of them have played under 21 and minor, and you know, like, it's a big day. It's also a big day for Rathnure. You know, but there will be pressure on them.
From what you have heard of Rathnure, what sort of a team are they?
Well, Rathnure are any Wexford team, no matter who they are. It's hard to beat. And to be hard to beat Rathnure, they're around there a long time.
So you wouldn't be worried about any of our players anyway?
No,
that day?
No, I would not. It's a good Borris team, and they can all hurl. And if they go out and hurl and open up the fields, they'll win the match.
Grand. I have Tony Maher here. Tony, I suppose you'll be on the bandwagon for the day, will you?
Oh, for the week, I would think.
I suppose Kelly's won't see sign of light here.
I wouldn't think so, no, not for a few days anyway, if the wind is.
To you, what does it mean to see Borris in All-Ireland up in Croke Park, a club final?
Well, it's gone on the way now, John. It's nearly getting hard to sleep at night, you know, thinking of it. So I think it's great. Should be a great occasion. It's great for the likes and all the way, Timmy Ryan, Miko and Timmy Delaney, if they could sign off on this winning note.
Yeah.
I think it'd be tremendous. I believe Timmy is rehearsing some new songs. He gave us a few after the last game, so we're really looking forward to that.
Will you have a few dollars more on this one?
I wouldn't know, we'll see.
There you are, three more people. We'll be back in just a few moments. Okay, I have here with me Paddy Doyle, trainer coach of the Borris-Ileigh team, who came to the club at a stage when the team was at a low ebb in the after the North semi-final. The first match they played after that was against Tumivara. I put it to Paddy. Paddy, did you have any special tactics for Borris-Ileigh on that day?
Well, not really, because I knew very little about Tumivara at that time. The only thing that was to our advantage, I would think, coming into the Tumivara game was the fact that Tumivara had lost the North final the Sunday before. And we had trained fairly hard for the Tumivara game. And there wasn't any particular tactics except maybe to use the field to open up Tumivara. Naturally, Tumivara are a very physical team. And the only hope you have with teams like that is to use the field. And if I recall correctly, I think that day we put John McGrath into full forward. And he switched in and out with Noel Dwyer. And it was a day I feel very pleased about, because it was a day when most of the teams seemed to click and they all played well. Resulting from, I think it was about 319 they scored on the day. So when you score 319, everyone has to be playing well.
The next game then we came to was in Borris-Ileigh against Carrick Swans.
That's right, yes.
And everything seemed to be going nice and rosy until the last quarter when, as it seems, all hell broke loose and they got a couple of goals. Have you any remedy?
You know, I never take matches like that too seriously. If you look back over the last few years, you'll find that most of the teams playing Carrick Swans seem to give away a lot of scores, particularly at the end. Even Ross Gray in 1985, I think it was, in Thurles, Carrick Swans scored a big score against Ross Gray that day. And I personally would put it down to sort of losing concentration. And when you go into a 12 or 14 point lead, it's an easy thing to do, lose concentration. And Borris-Ileigh particularly seem to do that, as you saw in later matches. They can be a bit vulnerable when they build up a bit of a lead. And when they were expected to beat Carrick Swans in the quarter final, it was inevitable that was going to happen, and it did.
After that game then we came to Templemore to the county semi-final against Holy Cross. Of course, a team that you know a lot about yourself, being from Thurles, and played against them.
Well, the Holy Cross game now was a game I can't speak about at all. I was in the States at that particular time when the actual game was played. But I knew that the lads had trained very, very hard leading into that game. They trained especially hard for that match. And from what I hear, I think Holy Cross missed some chances, but at the same time, strangely enough, Borris-Ileigh were very confident of winning that match beforehand. And I knew that they had prepared well. And while I considered Holy Cross to be a dangerous team, I consider Holy Cross to be one of the, probably, if not the most dangerous team in the mid-division, near enough to be one of the top 2 teams in the mid-division. And I knew it would be to be a close encounter. But Borris-Ileigh they won it convincingly from what I hear. And all the wire rang me that particular night in New Orleans, and I was thrilled to hear the news that they had won the match. And I knew when they had won that particular game by 9 points that they were going to be a very hard team to stop in the final, you know.
But still, did this worry you a lot, especially when you were meeting the team that had annihilated Borris-Ileigh by, was it something like 15 points?
No, there was no question about Borris-Ileigh were a totally different outfit coming into the county final. And it wasn't so much that they had done an awful lot more, but their confidence was higher. And I don't believe that Borris-Ileigh maybe they were a bit bitter coming into the county final at that time. But there was a lot of people involved in the morale building of the Borris-Ileigh team coming into that match, and like the likes of Billy Devaney and the selectors and all the people who attend training sessions. And between the whole lot of them, they seemed to have the team just right for that match.
Of course, the selectors made some telling changes before the match against Killarwan.
Yeah, I said it before, and particularly Liam Devaney once again, and the selectors. We got together on the Friday night prior to the county final, and we were discussing the team inside in the dressing room, and it was decided that particular time to shove Philip Kenny in full forward, and there was a few tactical moves that we put to the players on the actual day of the game that we didn't put to them prior to the game. We put it to them, and actually probably within a half an hour of going out onto the field. And they seemed enthusiastic about it, and on the day everything seemed to work. Particularly Philip Kenny's move to full forward, that was a gem of a move, there's no doubt about that.
Of course, we talked that day about the importance of the game. It was a great game, or a very good game. We said that it would probably do good for Tipperary hurling, and you know, for the league and the championship. Well, we're gone a couple of months now. Would you think it has
definitely, as Michael Lowry said after the final, he had hoped that the reappearance of Borris-Ileigh would breathe fresh air through the county, etc., or words to that effect. And I think it did. The enthusiasm shown by Borris-Ileigh all through the championship seemed to rub off. And the fact that there's about 7 of our panel, and maybe there should be 1 or 2 more in my opinion, but at the moment there's about 7 on the panel from Borris-Ileigh, on the tip panel that is. And it seems that the selectors seem to agree that Borris-Ileigh have quite a lot to offer. And if I think fair was fair, there should be at least 1 or 2 more in there. I'd have them anyway if I had anything to do with them, and I expect come championship time there might be 1 or 2 more on the run.
We then came to the Munster Championship. We had the match against Clarecastle and Clahan. I suppose both matches were played the same type of games, weren't they?
That's right. Both games were played in certainly the same conditions, the same venue, the same time of the year, as you know, late November, and mid-November with Clahan, late November with Clarecastle. And both teams were something similar in styles. And we had gone to watch Clahan against Middleton, and we were quietly confident we would beat Clahan, even in Limerick, even though they were at home. We felt we would, and we did. We just about got through on that day. But Clarecastle were a different kettle of fish, we felt, because they were really motoring in the league. That's Clare were motoring in the league. They were going well. And I thought that they might be harder to beat. And as it turned out, they were a hard team to beat. But we had really our homework done for Clarecastle. We had an awful lot of information on them. And our get-together on the Friday before the match, I think, went a long way towards winning that match before we got to Limerick at all.
Yeah, of course, an awful lot can be said for the free taking of Noel Dwyer on that occasion.
That's the main factor the whole way through. Since well, I would say prior to the county final, it was Philip or it was Noel and back to Philip again. There was never any set pattern. There was no definite free taker, but it just for no reason. Noel seemed to be the one that started to take the frees more regularly, and his free taking through Munster was unbelievable. There's no doubt about it. Some of the frees he scored against both Clahan and Clarecastle would have been a credit to anybody. You know.
There was, of course, against Clahan, there was 2 great goals scored, one by McCone in the first half and another by Philip Kenny in the second half when the hailstones were coming down.
That's right, yeah. McCone's goal was vital to us for one reason. In the first half, we were leading a point or two, I think, and we needed a goal badly at that stage. We had the wind with us, we needed a goal, and McCone grabbed it in typical Cohen fashion. It was a tremendous score. It was a sort of a reflex catch when the ball was on its way out, and he palmed it back into the net. It was, if he had to swing his hurley at it, it probably would have been stopped. But with the experience that Mick has, he took the chance tremendously. And then we were thinking at the start of the second half that if we could get a goal against Clahan starting the second half, it would really kill them off. And they were beginning to come, if my memory serves me right, at that particular stage, and the hailstones started to come down, and Philip took that chance great. It was a great goal.
Actually, it was a great pass from Mick Cohen out under the stand, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well, Mick Cohen's contribution to the Clahan game, that was the day he injured his leg, was we were making it up after, and we figured that directly or indirectly he was about responsible for roughly 2-4 on the day out of what a possible 2-10 or whatever we scored, and that's an enormous contribution from any one man. And his passing is great, Cohen, you know, and he laid on that ball to Philip lovely.
Getting back to what we were talking about against Carrick Swans, we in both those matches we seemed to come under an awful lot of pressure in the last quarter again. Would you think it's the same story again?
No. Again, I go back to the Carrick Swans match was a totally different thing. That was complacency, I would think. I wouldn't think the pressure against Clarecastle or Clahan was complacency. I would have thought that we began to lose our way a little bit in the last quarter in both of those matches. But I would put it down to the fact that the first 45 minutes had all been pressure from Borris-Ileigh. And you can't keep that up for an hour. There's no way you can keep going for an hour. And at that particular stage, I think both Clahan and Clarecastle had sort of gone out of the game. And it was a case of throwing caution to the wind and having a go. And in each case, they got a goal, and they began to rally with the wind behind them. But Borris, if you can recall, when they steadied the boat and came back into it, and were finishing the stronger in both matches, you know.
So then we got to the semi-final, the All-Ireland semi-final, and of course people were getting very nervous and, you know, worrying about whether they get to the final or not. And we played Ballycastle. We were expecting a very tough match. I didn't talk to you after the match. Was it as tough a match as we played all year?
It was the toughest. It was the toughest that I've seen in a long, long time. And my worry coming in, and I'm sure it rubbed off on the players too, that Ballycastle was a team that you were expected to win against, and like there'd be no excuses around the county or elsewhere if you had to lose that match. So for that reason, there was an awful lot of pressure on the players and on the officials and on the trainers and everybody connected with the team. It was a sickening kind of match coming into, because you had to win it after all the great work you had done, and here you are playing an Ulster team, and straight away when you think of Ulster and hurling, you feel, right, we're going to win this match, or everyone feels they should win it. But when we had done our checking up on Ballycastle, we discovered that they were going to be as tough a team as we had met, and as it turned out, they were. Hurling-wise, they were probably better than anything we had met in Munster. And from a physical point of view, I thought they were exceptionally strong. And we were very lucky to come out of it as well as we did in the end, from an injury point of view. I know we've lost a great player in Brendan Kenny, But it could have been other players as well. We could have had 2 or 3 gone, in my opinion, on that particular day. And I was very glad when the full-time whistle went.
Well, coming up to the All-Ireland now, and well, just looking back, has it given you great satisfaction, you know, to get to an All-Ireland?
Yes, it has. I tell a lie if I said anything else. I feel great about being in the final because, first of all, I've gotten to know the players an awful lot over the last 6 months, and when I came out, like, it was probably more cold-hearted about it. I was, you know, it was more or less a job to do, and that was it. I was asked to do it, and I went through the motions. I always had a higher regard for Borris-Ileigh and the attitude within the club. Everybody seems to have that feeling about Borris-Ileigh. But when I got to know the players and the individuals, I was thrilled when they won the county final, and I was really pleased for that, and exceptionally pleased when they win the Munster final. So we'll be totally ecstatic if we win this All-Ireland.
You're a lucky man that you don't drink Guinness, not like Moran.
Well, to be costing me a fortune because there's not many fellas around here buy it, you know, or buy it for somebody else. It's a good job I don't drink. Yeah.
Have you much to go on this team from Wexford?
Well, we've seen both the Leinster final and the Killimore-Daly match in the semi-final, and you know, there's not an awful lot. They didn't play well against Killimore-Daly. They're better than the video that I've seen of them. They were better in the Leinster final against the Laois team, Cameras, and I'd say they will be better than they hurled in the semi-final. They were at home like Borris-Ileigh, and I suppose they were expecting to win it, you know, in front of the home crowd, and you know, when you're at home like that, it puts an awful lot of added pressure on you.
Yeah.
And I'd say they'll be better in Croke Park now than they were in the semi-final.
So who would be their most dangerous forward or backman?
Well, the most dangerous man is Jim Houlihan in the middle of the field, and he's a midfielder, but he's a forward, he's a back, he takes line ball, he does everything. And when you see him on the day, he's one of those fellas who wants to be involved in everything. If it's a line ball, it's a wonder he doesn't go back to take the puck out. If it's a line ball, he wants to take every one of them, and he wants to take frees, and he's totally the hub of the Rathnure team. And they have other individuals. There's 1 or 2 cods, and there's O'Connell centre back, and that other left wing back was a fine hurler. What's his name? Conran. Yeah, John Conran, who's exceptionally good. If he's given the freedom to sort of express himself. He's a good half-back, Conran, and solid, steady fella, you know. And they have a few then like Martin Quigley and experienced players around the field, but without a doubt Conran and Houlihan would be the 2 important men.
Would you think this Borris team is as good as a club team as you saw in your days?
In the past 20 years, I'd say.
Yeah.
No, they're definitely as good a team as I've seen come out of Tipperary in a long time. And they have experience, and they have youth, and they have speed, and they have great hurling ability, which is the main factor. There's none of them in any position of the field, I feel, that will be found wanting when it comes to actual hurling ability. Every one of them can hurl their way out of any kind of a sticky situation. They might have there might be 1 or 2 little flaws from a temperament point of view, and we haven't seen them having to come from behind yet. Every match we've played now, they've led all the way, and
you'll be vying for position from the start, because Borris have won most of the matches from the front.
From the front, yeah. They take the wind when they win the toss, and they seem to have build up a lead, and then the pattern has almost been the same in every match they've played. They build up the lead, and they try and hold it and pick off the points at the other end, because they have forwards like Philip Kenny and all the Wire and Aiden and Conor and those fellas who can pick off points even against the wind, and that's a big factor. And when you build up a lead, they're able to kind of break the heart of the opposition by throwing over the odd point. That league match against Nina has me worried a little bit. Nina led them 4 points going into the last quarter, and I found the lads panicked a little bit to try and pull down the lead, and they left it very late to get the winner. But nonetheless, I'd say that they'll handle themselves quite well in the All-Ireland.
Would you be worried about the likes of John Quigley coming in now in the last 10 minutes?
No, that's only all. gamesmanship. He comes in and I feel, and he does a bit of prodding, and I think our backs are too experienced to fall for that kind of a gamut now at this stage. Actually, what he does, he comes in and he whether it's verbally or physically, he seems to rile the opposition, and you find that no sooner is he on the field when Wexford or Rathnure get a few soft frees in front of goal, and with Hurling around, all of those are pointed, and I think our backs will be too experienced or too crafty to fall for that kind of a trick. I hope they do. I mean, if they do fall for it after what we've been telling them, well then they deserve everything that comes their way, but I don't think they'll fall for it.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Paddy.
Okay, right.
That's it. We'll probably meet you up in the 17th of March up in Croke Park. I think the match is sometime around 3 o'clock. Grand? Lovely. Right half forward for Borris-Ileigh. John, of course, his father played football for Munster at full back in his time. John, what do you feel about playing in Dublin in the All-Ireland final?
I feel it's a big occasion for us. It's deep pitch to play on, really. Say, I suppose after Thurles, but looking forward to it in a big way, and I expect we'll win it. I'd say it's, as Paddy Doyle often tells us, it's depends on ourselves. It depends on the way we play ourselves. If we play well, then there's no team beat us, I'd say.
We go back to the game against Ballycastle. You made a very sudden exit. What happened, John, that occasion?
Half an hour on the field, John. I don't know. Every second person I meet have a different view on it, so it all depends on where you're sitting in the stand. I don't think that there's any man hurling who would intentionally strike another person across the head, but so I don't think he really meant it. It's just one of these accidents that happened. So, I recovered okay. I'm still alive.
How was the girlfriend inside?
How's my girlfriend? Yes, I couldn't tell you because I don't know which one.
I suppose Paddy Doyle is looking after her, I think.
He could be. Well, he couldn't be because he's right behind you. So she's fine anyway. Oh, come here. What are you worried about?
Well, anyway.
How's your own wife anyway?
She's not too bad. She's
kids,
feeling well.
The kids
They're great.
Okay.
They're great.
The young one over the whooping cough yet, no?
No, that's a young lad.
Oh, is it?
Someone else's young lad you're thinking about. Right, John, you're hoping for a good All-Ireland.
Yeah, looking forward to it in a big way.
And I
win. Expect to win, yeah.
And I suppose you're off to drink for the last month or 2 months, yeah?
Yeah, sparing me appetite for the drinking after the game.
And the money.
And the money, yeah.
Right, thanks very much,
right,
John McGrath. There we have the Borris-Ileigh team who won the county final inside in Thurles against Killerwan. There you have Tommy Dwyer, selector and sub-goalie. Richard Stapletons, captain of the Tipperary team, and Michael Ryan, captain of the Borris-Ileigh team. This photo is missing one of the players that came into the panel. Flowery Ryan was away the last couple of years, but has come back into contention. And there we have the Borris-Ileigh team. Borris-Ileigh team and subs, led by their captain, Michael Ryan. Brendan Kinney, of course, is injured today and is out and is replaced by Michael Cohn at number 13, corner forward. And there we have the Borris-Ileigh team in goals: Nolly Maher, right corner back Francis Spillane, full back Timmy Stapleton, and left corner back Michael Ryan. Right half back Richard Stapleton, centre back Jerry Stapleton, and left half back Bobby Ryan. Centre field is Timmy Ryan and Francis Collins. Right half forward Conor Stapleton, centre forward Noel O'Dwyer, left half forward John McGrath.
Right corner forward, Mick Cohn. Full forward, Philip Kenny. And left corner forward is Aidan Ryan. And there we have the Borris-Ileigh banners. We're sure, Cork sure. I hope they're right. And there we have John McGrath and Rory Canaan and Liam Devaney. And there's Brendan Kenny, of course, the man who could have been playing today but for that injury down against Ballycastle, down in Thurles. But he's here in spirit anyway. There we go back again, back to the Borris-Ileigh team. With the Rathnure team are out in the field already. There we have the Borris-Ileigh 15 getting their photo taken. And of course almost all of the members of the Borris-Ileigh side has played for Tipperary at some level. And 7 are currently figuring on the county panel. They include county captain Richard Stapleton, new all-star Bobby Ryan, his brother Aidan, Jerry Stapleton, Francis Collins, John McGrath and Philip Kenny. Of course Philip was injured since the last game and hasn't done all that much training, but he's fit and well today. Likewise, some of these younger players form the backbone of the side. One of the key figures is 37 years old, veteran Noel O'Dwyer. He's made an enormous contribution in the side success run to the final and is sure to be a subject of close attention for the Rathnure backs. Now we have the Rathnure team. Just give you their line out now. In goals, Ted Morrissey. Right corner back, Mick Codd. Full back, Martin Quigley. Left corner back, Joe Doyle. Right half back, David Sheehan. Centre half back, Jim O'Connell. And left half back, John Conran. Centre field, Jimmy Houlihan and Lawrence Rowan. Right half forward, John Codd. Centre forward, James Redmond. And left half forward, Nicky Hearn. Right corner forward, Pat Codd. Full forward, John Murphy. And left corner forward, Martin Morrissey. There you have the Rathnure team. Of course, this team, when the All-Ireland Club Hurling Championship was introduced by the GAA, Rathnure of Wexford were a regular contender for the honours. They played here in 72 and 74 and again in 78 and were beaten on 3 occasions, 2 by Blackrock and 1 by St. Finbarrs. Their captain is number 6 and centre half-back Jim O'Connell. Of course they have great hurler playing full-back for Martin Quigley. He was a member of one of the sides that were beaten by Blackrock and once by St. Finbarrs, and he will be expecting to atone for them defeats today. And there we have the mascot for Rathnure. As we go back up to the Borris-Ileigh camp, and there we have the cock out in the centre of the field in front of Michael Ryan and Jim O'Connell. And there's the Borris-Ileigh mascot. There the day has dried up a little. We had some squally showers here, some rather heavy mist while the last game was going on, which was won by St. Finbarrs of Cork. They beat Clanagale from Roscommon by 10 points to 7, sorry. As the teams come over in front of the Artane Boys band. Of course, this is every player's dream, is to walk behind the Artane Boys band in an All-Ireland. And the last time a Borris-Ileigh man walked behind this Artane Boys band was Noel O'Dwyer 16 years ago when he played for Tipperary against Kilkenny. They won that match by a couple of points. Noel is back here again and playing as well as ever at centre half forward. He was playing, I think, wing back on that occasion. Borris-Ileigh mascot is Aidan Cohn. As the Artane Boys band strike up. There we have the national anthem. As a referee, Jerry Kierman from Offaly is about to throw in the ball. And the ball is in and the game is on. The first to break away are Rathnure. Knocked out, Richard Stapletons goes back for it. Send in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals where Michael Ryan goes back and blocks it down. It comes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby out to the far side of the field to Francis Collins. It's got by number 8, Jim Houlihan. Sends it out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. To be taken by Richard Stapletons. Rathnure there very quick on the break. This sideline ball is to be taken by Richard Stapletons. Richard sends a very long one. Comes down between Noel the Wire and Jim O'Connell. Jim gets it on. It's blocked down by Francis Collins. Goes to Jimmy Houlihan. Timmy Ryan is tussling there with it. Jim O'Connell gets it up. Far side of the field between Francis Phelan and Pat Codd. Pat gets it in where Michael Ryan comes out of it. Hits it along the round. Keeps it going in front of him. He's pushed on the back there by number 14, Johnny Murphy. Johnny, who was picked out full forward, is now operating at right corner forward. As Jerry Stapletons takes this one, a long one into the corner, in towards Philip Kenny. Ball is brought out by Martin Quigley, a small bit goes to Philip Kenny again. Philip over near the sideline, 22 yards out, sends a high ball, but it's gone wide. First chance of a score there for Borris-Ileigh after about 2 minutes. There you have Pat Codd is playing full forward for Rathnure, and Johnny Murphy is playing right corner. Ball comes to this side of the field. It goes between Bobby Ryan and John Codd. Jerry Stapletons lets it go first time. It goes up to Aidan Ryan. Aidan gets it. Jim O'Connell lets it up. Comes to number 8, Jimmy Houlihan, and Bobby Ryan has it. Bobby lets it go to the far side of the field for Conor Stapletons and John Conran. John Conran gets it up the far side of the field. It goes to Richard Stapletons. He lets it along the ground. Goes into Aidan Ryan. Aidan 40 yards out. He's going through. Sends a low ball into Philip Kenny. Philip gets it back out to Michael Cohen. Michael has it. Sends it across the goals. It comes towards John McGrath. Ball goes off Mike Codd and it's gone out for a 65. Borris-Ileigh pressing well in the first half. Borris-Ileigh playing with a very strong wind as Noel the Wire comes out to take this 70. As Noel bends over this one. Sends it high, but it's gone to the right and gone wide. First chance, second chance there for Borris-Ileigh for a score. Four minutes gone as Ted Morrissey takes the puck out, far side of the field. It's hit on by Nicky Hearn. Out comes Jerry Stapletons and Francis Phelan, but Jerry gets it again. Lets it go along the ground. Comes to Noel the Wire. Noel back in his own half, sends a high ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. It goes towards Philip Kenny and Martin Quigley. Martin gets the better of this one. Ball goes to Bobby Ryan. All-star Bobby sends it into Philip Kenny, where Jim O'Connell comes over for it. Comes back here where Aidan Ryan goes for it with Jimmy Houlihan. Ball goes out to number 5, David Sheehan. He gets along the ground. It goes to Jim O'Connell has the ball. He sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Timmy Stapleton goes for it. Timmy pulls. A strong pull there by Timmy. Ball comes up to this side of the field where John McGrath goes for it, but it's gone out over the line. It's a line ball to Rathnure. That was a very important interception there by Timmy. As this is to be taken by Jim Houlihan. Sends a high ball, it goes into James Shanahan. James has it about 50 yards out. Goes in between Timmy Stapleton and Pat Todd. The ball goes out over the line. And it's gone wide. Very hectic opening to this match. Both sides giving everything. As Doyle Maher takes the puck out. Far side of the field. Comes down between Francis Collins and Lawrence Rohan. Francis Collins gets it into Aidan Ryan. Aidan has it. Chased by Mick Codd. Aidan gets it on his left-hand side and sends a high ball and sends it over the bar, and there's the first score of the All-Ireland final. Great score there by Aidan Ryan. 6.5. About 6.5 minutes gone in the first half. Ted Morrissey takes the puck out. Comes out to where John McGrath goes for it. He gets it over towards Noel the wire. Noel is half blocked by Jim O'Connell. Ball comes to David Sheehan. He sends it low along the ground up towards Johnny Murphy. Johnny has it, he sends it into number 10, John Codd, but Jerry Stapleton cuts him off and sends a high ball up towards Aidan Ryan goes for it. Aidan has the ball, a beautiful catch there by Aidan. 40 yards out, he mishits. He gets the ball again. It goes to Conor Stakelum. Conor has it in the 40 yards out, sends a high ball in towards Rathnure goals, and there's another great point from Conor Stakelum. A beautiful point there from Conor. Member of the Tipperary minor team this year, or last year. It's 2 points for Borris-Ileigh. No score for Rathnure with 7 minutes gone in the first half. Ball comes where Timmy Ryan and Nicky Rohan gets to this side of the field. It's got by Bobby Ryan. It comes up towards David Sheehan and John McGrath. Goes to Bobby Ryan again. He half hits it. Where John McGrath goes in for it again. John chased by Jim O'Connell. John gets a low one in towards Philip Kenny. He lets it run through to Mick Cohen. Mick Cohen has it. Sends it out to Philip Kenny. Sends a high ball and sends it out the bar. Great point there. Great pass there from Mick Cohen. Wearing the number 18 short. Send it out to Philip Kenny. Philip was following up and sends it high over the bar. 8 minutes gone as the referee tells Ted Morrissey to hurry up with his puck out. Sends it out towards this centre where Jerry Stapleton goes up. Ball goes to Lawrence Rohan. Sends it into this corner where it goes between Michael Ryan and Johnny Murphy. Michael Ryan, the captain of the team, goes back. Sends it up this side of the field. Goes between Jimmy Houlihan and Timmy Ryan. John McGrath goes, John gets it up along the field. It goes to number 2, Mick Codd. Make a high ball back in towards the Borris-Ileigh half of the field. Goes between Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan has it. Sends it this side of the field. Jimmy Houlihan and Timmy Ryan clash for it. It's a clash ball there. I suppose 2 of the best overhead hurlers in the game at the moment. As the linesman puts up his flag. Throw in between Timmy Ryan and Jimmy Houlihan. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby, a high one. Over towards Conor Stakelum and John Conran. John gets the better of this one. He sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. It goes to Pat Codd. Pat Codd sends it back in where Bobby Ryan goes for it. Bobby sends it out to Michael Ryan. Michael loses it, but he gets it out again. Hockey stuff over there as the ball comes out to Jerry Stapleton. Great clearance there by Jerry. Ball is out to John McGrath. Great ball in towards Mick Cohen and Philip Kenny. Ball comes back out to John McGrath again. He's going through. 40 yards out and sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. Oh, what lovely scores they're getting. Our 4 great points from Borris-Ileigh.
9.5 minutes.
About 9.5 minutes gone in the first half as Ted Morrissey takes the puck out. Comes down between Lawrence Rohan and Francis Collins. Jim O'Connell gets the ball along the ground. It comes to James Shanahan. Sends it into the corner where Francis Phelan goes back for it. Francis hits it out over the line. It's a line ball to Rathnure. This one to be taken by number 8, Jimmy Houlihan. About 30 yards out from the Borris-Ileigh goals. Under the Cusick stand. Sends a high one in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. This is a dangerous ball. Pulled on there by Jimmy Murphy. Nolly Maher comes out with it. Nolly on the 14-yard line, steadies himself, sends a long ball down the far side of the field. Goes between Philip Kenny. Got by John Conran. Ball comes to David Sheehan. He sends it into the corner where Timmy Stapleton goes for it. Ball has gone out over the line and gone wide. John McGrath there being spoken to by the referee for a late challenge. Number 4, Joe Doyle, has been changed over to right corner back on Aidan Ryan. Ball out in the far side of the field. It comes between Conor Stakelum and John Conran. The ball goes to Francis Collins. Francis on the far side of the field sends a high ball across the goals, but it's gone wide. A great start there by Borris-Ileigh. 4 points to 0 ahead. As Ted Morrissey takes the puck out. Comes down the centre between Jerry Stapleton and James Shanahan. James has the ball. He's hooked by Noel the Wire. Ball goes out to Bobby Ryan. Bobby starting well. Ball comes to Aidan Ryan. Jim O'Connell has it. Sends out, John McGrath goes through his feet. Jimmy Houlihan has the ball. Sends it in towards the corner where Timmy Stapleton and Pat Codd go for it. Ball is on the ground. Michael Ryan gets it up. He's hooked there by number 14, Johnny Murphy. Johnny pans the ball in, but he's fouled by Timmy Stapleton. And there's a free in for Rathnure. It's Jimmy Houlihan who has scored an average of 9 points in each game up to this match. Member of the present Wexford team. First chance here for Rathnure. Jimmy Houlihan sends it high and sends it over the bar. Minutes gone in the first half, and that's the first score for Rathnure. Nolly Maher with the puck out. Down towards John Conran, he sends it up to number 9, Lauren Throhan. Ball goes in towards Francis Milan and Mark Morrissey. Ball goes out to Johnny Murphy. He beats Michael Ryan. Sends a high ball in towards Borris-Ileigh goals, and it's over the bar. Another point for Rathnure. 4 points to 2 for Borris-Ileigh. 14 minutes gone. Nolly Maher takes the puck out. Down the centre it goes. Down between John McGrath goes for it. Well, caught there by John. It goes to Noel the Wire. No, left-handed is beaten by Jim O'Connell. Ball goes along the ground as Richard Stakelum and number 10, Nicky Henry, go for it. Ball comes out here to locked in there by number 13, Pat Codd. But the ball goes to Nolly Maher. Nolly sends it high, down the centre again. Francis Collins gets it. Out to this side of the field, out towards where Aidan Ryan goes for it. Aidan is on his own. Aidan going through. Passes it out to Philip Kenny. Philip, 14 yards out. Oh, it's a goal! Great goal there by Philip Kenny. A great pass from Aidan Ryan, who got the ball about 30 yards out from the Rathnure goal. He ran about 20 pace and sent it into Philip Kenny. And Philip got a smashing goal there for Borris-Ileigh, and that might be what they needed. As there's 15 minutes gone in the first half. Ball comes out to Jerry Stapleton. It goes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby is blocked by number 10, John Codd. Ball brought out by Timmy Stapleton. And there's a free out for Borris-Ileigh for a foul on Timmy Stapleton. Oh yes, that was a sweet goal there from Philip Kenny. One out of the top drawer, as they'd say. As Jerry Stapleton takes this puck This free, about 35 yards out from the Borris-Ileigh goals. He sends a high one. Under it is Noel Dwyer and Jim O'Connell. Ball breaks to Aidan Ryan. Sends it low. Blocked well by Ted Morrissey. On a slippy enough surface in there. This line ball to be taken by Timmy Ryan. About 23 yards out. 22 or 3 yards out from the Rathnure goals. Timmy sends it high in towards Noel Dwyer. Ball is blocked by Ted Morrissey. He's coming out the field. He's been chased there by Conor Stapletons. The ball comes to Timmy Ryan again. It runs towards Aidan Ryan. Aidan 50 yards out, sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. A great point there from Aidan Ryan. And I must say it was well harassed there by some of the Borris-Ileigh half forwards. Of course, that was what they were told by Paddy Doyle to do. As Ted Morrissey takes the puck out. James Shanahan has the ball. He sends it up to number 12, Nicky Henry. Nicky is going through. 21 yards out, 14 yards out. He sends the ball across the goals and sends it wide. A good chance there for Nicky Henry. Almost 17 minutes gone and the score 1-5 for Borris-Ileigh, 2 points for Rathnure. Nolly Maher. High ball between Francis Collins and Rohan. Francis gets it again out. Ball comes to John McGrath. And there seemed to be a foul. Ball comes into number 15. Sends it out to Johnny Murphy. Johnny Murphy takes a shot. It's well saved there by Nolly Maher. Great save in the Borris-Ileigh goals by Nolly Maher. When it looked certain that it was going to be a goal from Johnny Murphy. Nolly Maher with the puck out. Far side of the field. It comes down to Conor Stapletons and John Conran. The ball goes out over the line. A line ball to Rathnure. This one to be taken by John Conran. John left-handed sends the ball into the centre where Timmy Ryan gets it first time to Noel Dwyer. It runs on to Philip Kenny. Philip is beaten by Martin quickly. He passes it out to Lawrence Rohan. Lawrence left-handed up towards number 15, Mark Morrissey. Marcus gets it into the Borris-Ileigh goals where Timmy Stapleton goes out for it. Timmy busts his way out. He goes back and gets it again. He's tackled there. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. This to be taken by Richard Stapleton. Richard the long ball. Blocked down by Jim O'Connell. Down to Lawrence Rohan. Sends it into John Codden and Timmy Stapleton. Bobby Ryan goes over for it. Bobby sends it up to the side of the field where Timmy Ryan goes for it. Timmy lets it low up towards Aidan Ryan. Aidan having a great game. As wing forward sends a high ball in towards Mick Cohen. Mick has fouled number 2, Mick Codd, and there's a free out to Rathnure. This to be taken by Jim O'Connell, their captain. Would remind you of Willie Murphy in his heyday as he sends the ball up to the side of the field. It's caught by Jimmy Houlihan. He sends it into Johnny Murphy. Johnny is going through. It's on the 14-yard line. He's taken down by Michael Ryan. A big bustling man, this number 14, as Michael Ryan took him down there on the 21-yard line. To say there was no need to let him any further. Be taken by Jimmy Houlihan. Sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. And this man seems to be playing everywhere. 20 minutes gone in the first half. 8 points to 4 in favour of Borris-Ileigh. Doyle Maher takes the puck out. Down between Lawrence Rowan and Francis Collins. Rowan gets the better of it, but the ball comes. Ball comes out there to number 13, Nicky Henry. Nicky sends it in where Michael Ryan goes for it. He loses it. Michael gets it out to Bobby Ryan. Bobby left-handed sends it up to John McGrath. John going through. Beating the ball comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan 40 yards out, sends a high ball in towards the goal. The ball comes out to Jim O'Connell and Philip Kenny. Ball comes out to Noel the Wire. Noel 23 yards out. He's coming out of it. Sends the ball over to Mick Cohen. Mick into Philip Kenny. Philip 30 yards out. And he seemed to overhaul the ball. There's a free out. As there's Philip Kenny seems to be getting his name taken. Good chance there for Borris-Ileigh. Probably the slippy ground had a bit to do with the breakdown in play. Free out to Rathnure to be taken by Joe Doyle. Sends it down to this side of the field. Bobby Ryan and Timmy Ryan goes for it. Ball comes out to James Shanahan. James left-handed over to the far side. It goes between Timmy Stapleton. Very dangerous in there as Johnny Murphy goes for it again. And Timmy Stapleton, Johnny Murphy has the ball. He sends it high. Yes, and sends it over the bar, and that's another point for Rathnure. 1-5 for Borris-Ileigh. 5 points for Rathnure. There's 22 minutes gone in the first half. Noel Maher with the puck out. Comes down into the centre. It goes to Noel the Wire. John McGrath goes for it. Francis Collins, but number 5, David Sheehan, is blocked there by Francis Collins. Francis going the sole run up the far side of the field. Steadies him, sends a high ball in towards the Rathnure goals. Teddy Morrissey comes out of the ball. Sends it over to where John McGrath has it. John out near the sideline, sends a high ball in. Again, but it's gone to the right and gone wide. Some very good hurling as Johnny Murphy seems to have gone in full forward. Timmy Ryan blocks this one down in the centre. Himself and Jimmy Houlihan are in close contact there as Richard Stapleton gets this up along the side. It goes to where Philip Kenny goes for it. And Conor Stapleton. Referee blows for a free. Free there to Rathnure. This one to be taken by Houlihan. Just on the halfway line, sends the low one over to where Jerry Stapleton goes for it. Jerry is blocked down by James Shanahan. James Shanahan hits the ball out over the line and it's gone wide. Noel the Wire has switched into full forward and Philip Kenny has gone out centre forward. Number 10, John Codd, has gone in corner forward for Rathnure. Ball comes to the far side of the field. Lawrence Rowan gets the ball, kicks it up. Ball's blocked there by, it comes to Timmy Ryan. Timmy gets it on to John McGrath. John McGrath gets it low into Mick Cohen. Mick sends it into Philip Kenny. Philip 14 yards out. He seemed to be tripped there. Ball is brought out by Jim O'Connell. Jim sends it down along the far side of the field. Richard Stapleton blocks it down. Richard is fouled there by Nicky Henry. Nicky Hearn, and there's a free for Borris-Ileigh to be taken by Richard Stapleton. Richard sends a high one in, but it's gone to the left and gone wide. And the score is Borris-Ileigh 1-5, Rathnure 5 points. Ball comes down between Jimmy Houlihan and Timmy Ryan. The ball goes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby up along the wing. Sends it into the centre in towards McCone, but it's locked in there, and Conor Stapletons goes in for it. Aidan Ryan, it's a goal! Great goal there by Aidan Ryan. Yes, a great ball in. Well read there by Aidan Ryan, and Conor Stapletons was coming in as well, but Aidan Ryan, who's having a tremendous game at corner forward, buried the ball into the net. Ted Morrissey sends the ball to the far side of the field, where Richard Stapletons was having a great game. Comes up to the centre and sends a high ball in, but it's gone to the left and gone wide. 26 minutes and a great time to get that goal there for Borris-Ileigh. Ted Morrissey with the puck out. Ball comes to this side of the field where Timmy Ryan locks it down. Timmy playing well at centre field. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Ball goes into Nicky Henry. Nicky 40 yards out, 40 yards out, sends a high ball and sends it over the bar. Nice point there from Nicky Henry. Snolly Maher takes the puck out. Aidan Ryan, a great catch there by Aidan. Steadies himself, sends it in where John Conran gets it out to the side of the field. It goes to Jimmy Houlihan. James Houlihan is blocked by Timmy Ryan. The ball goes into Aidan Ryan again. Conditions seem to be sapping the energy out of these lads as Jim O'Connell gets the ball out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. This one to be taken by Timmy Ryan. Timo has a very big job on hand today, marking this Jimmy Houlihan. But that's when Timmy thrives, is when he's playing a big man like that. 60 yards out. Timmy sends a high one in towards the Rathnure goals. It's blocked down there, goes to John McGrath. John coming across the goals. Where he seemed to have fouled the ball, and it's a free out to Rathnure. $2-5 for Borris-Ileigh, 6 points for Rathnure. Ted Morrissey takes the free. Breaks down, Richard Stapletons gets it. Ball breaks into the centre, it goes to Philip Kenny. Philip lets it go along the ground. But Conor Stapletons and John Conran go for it. Ball goes out over the line, it's a line ball to Rathnure. This one to be taken by John Conran. Left-handed, he sends it down the far side of the field. Jerry Stapleton gets it, he pulls in the first time, the ball goes out over the line, it's a line ball to Rathnure. This one to be taken by Jimmy Houlihan, it seems to be everywhere. If he's not taking a 21, he's taking a 70 or a line ball. It sends it low along the ground, it comes to Timmy Stapleton. Or Timmy Ryan. Timmy gets it in where Jerry Stapleton gets it out. Ball comes to Nicky Henry. He's beaten there by Richard Stapleton. Richards is hooked by Nicky Henry. Ball comes to Timmy Stapleton. Timmy brings it out. Stalemate over there as the ball. The referee, Doyle, is giving a throw in, but the ball comes out to where Lawrence Rowan goes for it. And Francis Collins, number 10, Collins gets it again. He gets it on to where Houlihan has it. So, goes up in there, it goes to Timmy Ryan. Timmy Ryan gets it first time to where Jim O'Connell and John McGrath go for it. John McGrath gets the ball out to this side of the field where Joe Doyle goes for it. He's beaten there, but he gets his puck in. Ball comes to this side of the field where Michael Ryan gets it. Jimmy Houlihan has it. He's hooked there by Bobby Ryan. A great hook there by Bobby, and there's a free there by Jimmy Houlihan on Bobby Ryan. Bobby an all-star, of course. And Tipperary left half back as Jerry Stapleton or Noel the Wire comes out to take this one. That's the second name that has gone in the book. The first was Philip Kenny's, and now we have Jimmy Houlihan. This free is just 68 yards out from the Rathnure goals. Doyle sends it high in towards the Rathnure goals. Lockdown comes out to John Conran. He sends it out the far side of the field. It goes through Richard Stapleton. Richard tries to palm it into Philip Kenny. Ball comes to Jim O'Connell. Out to James Shanahan and Jerry Stapleton. Jerry gets it along the ground. Goes to out to this side of the field. Aidan Ryan goes for it. But the half-time whistle is blown by the referee, Jerry Kierman. Great cheer from the crowd. Some great hurling there in the first half. With the score 2-5 for Borris-Ileigh, 6 points for Rathnure. Very good first half there indeed. And we'll give you some idea of how the scores came in the fourth minute. After 6.5 minutes, Aidan Ryan had a point for Borris-Ileigh. Then after 7 minutes, Conor Stakeham had a point. And then it came to the 8th minute, and Philip Kenny got a point for Borris-Ileigh. And then after 9 minutes, John McGrath got another point. And then in the 15th minute, we had a great point from Philip Kenny. And then in the 16th minute, Aidan Ryan got a point. And a great goal then from Aidan Ryan in the 26th minute. The scores then for Rathnure were, after 13 minutes, Jimmy Houlihan had a point there by 2 points then from Johnny Murphy in the 14th and 17th minute. A point from a free by Jimmy Houlihan. And 2 more points, one from Johnny Murphy and Nicky Henry. And that's score at half-time. 2-5 for Borris-Ileigh, 6 points for Rathnure. And there we have the Artane Boys Band. No, I didn't. No. Gerard Russell here, Gerard from County Laois, who is doing another commentary there for, who are you doing the commentary for?
Rathnure.
For Rathnure. Well, Gerard, what do you think of the first half? Well, I think your lads are going.
Very tough first half. I think unlucky to be 5 points ahead at the moment. I thought that Borris-Ileigh were maybe lucky with the second goal, but that's the way it goes. The Ryan was in very quickly there, and it was a great opportunity goal. And I think that Rathnure have it all to do. Borris-Ileigh are putting their hurling together well, even though Noel Dwyer, the man that Borris-Ileigh would be hoping to do well today, is not playing quite as well in the first half, but knowing Noel, he'll probably come into it in the second half.
The Borris-Ileigh full back line, they're a bit unsure at times, weren't they?
Well, a bit unsure there early in the first half, but I think towards the end of the second half, I think Richard Stapletons there and Jerry Stapletons are really putting it together well, and they're getting the clearance away down the field. It's really counting with whatever breeze that's in it. I know there's quite a breeze, it looks quite a breeze from here, but it made very little difference in the football. Whether in the hurling game or not, it'll make any difference. Now we'll just have to wait and see.
What do you think of the duel at centre field between Houlihan and Ryan, Timmy Ryan?
Well, I think Timmy at the moment, getting slightly the better of Houlihan. Jimmy not really getting into the game, as we can see Jimmy play both for Rathnure and Wexford. He's not really getting the space. Of course, Timmy's playing very close hurling, and that's what Jimmy doesn't like.
Johnny Murphy there in the first half for Rathnure seemed to be very fast and moving with the ball well, didn't he?
Johnny was playing very well, and I'm wondering there that Rathnure moved Johnny there at all, because he was creating havoc there. I think it was on one of Michael Ryan, I think Johnny was playing on, and he was really dominating the first half, and he was unlucky maybe not to get in for a goal or two, but he got a few points, and if Borris-Ileigh don't watch Johnny closely, I think he'll cause a lot of problems in the second half.
That's goal scored there by Philip Kenny in the first half, a pass from Michael Cohen, wasn't it?
That was a beautiful goal. It was a beautiful pass from Michael. He saw Philip running in, and Philip executed the ball well. He took a hard knock going through, but as a hurler, Philip, he took his knock and scored his goal, and that's what counted.
Aidan Ryan, of course, and John McGrath are doing an awful lot of work out around the half forward line, aren't they?
Well, I think Aidan's doing a lot of running. He's foraging for the ball, and he's a very fast forward, and I think he's really dominating the half forward line, and he'll take a lot of watching in the second half.
As a Rathnure man, of course, you would be favouring Rathnure for the second half.
Well, at this moment, I think it'll be very tough and close. If Rathnure got into the game early and got a goal, I'd say it'll be a very close game. And on the outcome of the game, I think it'll be very close. It's very hard to say at the moment.
Yeah, the first couple of scores will tell the tale.
Well, of course, we have John Connor and Jimmy Houlihan, as you said, not playing well. And if they start to play well, and of course we'll be probably seeing John Quigley and the super sub coming into the Rathnure team. He has caused a lot of problems when he came in the Leinster final against Borris-Ileigh, and again Killimerdale is a Galway, and he's a great asset to a team, and we'll probably see him in, I'd say, very early in the second half.
The day has cleared up fairly well for the second half, hasn't it? We haven't had it.
Well, indeed, the football game here, it was very, very wet, and the wind seemed to be stronger, but it's clearing off quite. I thought the sun was going to break out at one time, but the pitch now is getting badly cut up, and that'll slow down the game quite a lot, I think.
Grand, thanks very much, Gerald Russell.
Okay, thanks very much.
Too. Francis Milan, Timmy Stapleton. Borris-Ileigh had half-time 2-5 to 6 points. Just after getting a miss there, just before Borris-Ileigh came out on the field. Doesn't look to be any changes on the Borris-Ileigh team. And we're expecting a very lively second half here with the ground sapping up an awful lot of energy from the players. As Doyle the wire goes back out to centre forward on Rathnure captain Jim O'Connell, as the referee Jerry Kiervan about to throw in the ball, and Timmy Ryan gets it first up to John McGrath. John gets it in along the ground into John Conran and comes out to Jimmy Houlihan. He lets it go along the ground. Jerry Stapleton, the man pulls on Jerry Stapleton there, a very dirty pull. Comes into Johnny Murphy. The ball goes out to Bobby Ryan. Bobby sends it in towards Philip Kenny. Philip and Martin Quigley. Aidan Ryan goes for it, sends it out to the side. Francis Collins and Lawrence Rowan. Lawrence Rowan gets the better of this one, but the ball's gone out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Oh, an awful dirty pull there on Jerry Stapleton. As Richard Stacklem goes back to take this one. 5 points between the teams. Great cut by Richard into the... where Martin Quigley goes for it. Martin and Philip Kenny. Ball goes into Aidan Ryan, into Mick Cohen. Aidan gets a belt. John Conran has it. He pans it out to this side. Comes out to Lawrence Rowan. Lawrence gets it along the ground. The ball goes out over the line again. It's a line ball. And there Aidan Ryan back in on the 21-yard line. Seemed to have got an awful belt. And seemed to have hurt himself in some way. Well, the wire's name has been taken probably for something he said to the referee. And the players wouldn't want to get too excited here. They're still 5 points ahead, but Aidan Ryan would be an awful loss if he had to go off the field. Aidan seemed to have got a belt there from the number 5, David Sheehan, as Richard Stacklem comes up to take this one. A great ball from Richard into Aidan Ryan again. Got by John Conran. John back in the corner, chased by Mick Cohen. The ball comes out to this side of the field. Richard Stacklem puts up his hand for the ball. It went off a Rathnure man, and it's a line ball to Richard Stacklem and Borris-Ileigh. Number 5 on his back. Richard sent a great cut in again. Goes in, it's blocked down by Martin Quigley. Aidan Ryan gets the ball. Ball goes out to Noel the wire. Noel sends it across the goals. Comes to number 2, Mick Codd. Mick sends it up to the side of the field. It goes between James Shanahan and Jerry Stapleton. Ball comes to Richard Stacklem. Richard having a great game there. Sends the low ball up to Francis Collins. Francis and Lawrence Rowan. Great pulling there as Timmy Ryan goes in for it. The ball is to be thrown in by the referee, Kiervan. Goes in between Timmy Ryan and Jimmy Houlihan. Breaks out. And it's a throw in again. Houlihan doesn't go for this one. Goes between John Conran There's James Shanahan there. Timmy Ryan gets the better of this when it comes up to Jim O'Connell. And all the while, Conor Stapleton is there. Ball comes between Jerry Stapleton and Richard Stapleton. It goes up there by number 12, Nicky Henry. Up into the corner where it goes off Michael Ryan's hurling, and it's a line ball to Rathnure to be taken by Jimmy Houlihan. An awful lot of hard hurling being played here at the moment. Jimmy Houlihan sends this one in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. It goes over to the far side of the field, but it's gone out over the line and it's gone wide. Good cut in there by Jimmy Houlihan into the corner. Ollie Maher takes the puck out, keeps it low. John McGrath goes for it. comes on to James Shanahan. James along the ground. It's blocked there by out to Richard Stapletons. Richard left-handed sends it over to the far side of the field. Blocked by Joe Doyle. Joe sends it back in again towards the Borris-Ileigh goals for Francis Milan goes for it. Ball goes into Nolly Maher. Nolly as cool as ever sends it out towards Richard Stapletons. Richard. Blocked there by James Shanahan. Ball comes out to Francis Collins. Francis and Lawrence Rowan. Francis gets along the ground and comes towards Conor Stapletons and John Conran. Richard Stapletons blocks him down. Ball goes to Conor Stapletons. Conor in the centre of the field. Gets the ball along the ground over towards Timmy Ryan. Timmy first time sends it in low and it goes to Martin Quigley. Noel the Wire blocks it down and comes out to Aidan Ryan. Aidan is fouled out there about 30 yards out. And there seemed to be a bit of Mick there. Seemed to be getting a small bit excited over giving away a free. And this one to be taken by Noel the Wire. And this could be the first score of the second half. Noel sends it high and sends it over the bar. First score of the second half with 6 minutes gone. Two goals and 6 points for Borris-Ileigh, 6 points for Rathnure, and 6 minutes gone. A long puck out there by Teddy Morrissey. The ball is blocked down to Timmy Ryan. Ball goes to Jim O'Connell. Goes out over the line. The line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Be taken by Timmy Ryan. Timmy Ryan faced by Jim Houlihan. Timmy sends a great cut into the corner. Cut by Joe Doyle. Ball comes out to number 5, David Sheehan. David sends a long one up towards Michael Ryan, and Timmy Stapleton comes out for it. It's blocked there by Johnny Murphy. Johnny sends it in where... a great pull there by number 13, Mark Morrissey, or number 15, Mark Morrissey, and he sent the ball over the bar. Borris-Ileigh backs seem to be a bit unsure. That, of course, doesn't include Timmy Stapleton. Great puck out there by... great puck out, the ball comes between Lawrence Rowan and... Ball comes to Conor Stapletons. That's great pulling out there. Conor is hooked. The ball comes to David Sheehan. David going in circles all around the place and he fouls the ball. That's a free into Borris-Ileigh. Great harassing there by the Borris-Ileigh half forwards. As Jimmy Houlihan is I think he's going to be taken back, wing back, or wing forward. It's a low one by Noel the Wire. Ball comes down, Jerry Stapleton blocks it down. Goes out to the far side of the field where Bobby Ryan goes for it. Bobby chased by number 10, John Codd. Bobby gets it up the far side of the field. Aidan Ryan goes for it, and Joe Burnett goes to Jim O'Connell. He gets it to the side of the field. Comes to where Richard Stapleton goes for it. Richard goes up along the side. He's still going through. He's gone away from James Shanahan. 50 yards out, he sends the low ball into Mick Cohen. Mick to Noel the Wire. 14 yards out. Knocked out to Noel the Wire again. Noel is fouled, it is a penalty. Penalty there for a foul on Noel the Wire. And now the debate will go on. Will he go for his goal or will he go for his point? And with 5 points ahead, maybe he'd be better off going for his point taker point at this stage. As Noel must have got badly injured there when he went down. John's ambulance men being called in. That was a great pass there from Mick Cohen again. Mick who gave Philip Kenny a great pass in the first half. Philip Kenny going to take this one. Oh no, the wire is going to take it himself. There he's talking to number 8, Noel is talking to number 8, Mick Cohn, discussing tactics. It seems as though they're going to go for a pint. He comes up to it, sends it high and sends it over the bar, and I suggest that was definitely the right option to go for there. As Teddy Morrissey takes the puck out. Comes down between Bobby Ryan. Jimmy Houlihan has the ball. He's harassed over there. He gets a low one in, goes to Richard Stakelum. Richard chased by John Codd. Left-handed, Richard is hooked by John Codd. Ball comes to Michael Ryan. Michael miscues. Ball goes to Richard Stakelum. If they let it along the ground, maybe they'd be better off. Goes to John McGrath and James Shanahan. John McGrath fouls James Shanahan, and there's a free into Rathnure. Nearly 12 minutes gone in the second half. Borris-Ileigh ahead 2-7 to 7 points. The referee giving John McGrath there a stiff warning. Of course, it was a hefty tackle. Jimmy Houlihan to take this free. Sends a low one, it goes in along the ground. Goes out over the line, or is it? Yes. Out over the line, and it's gone wide. 12 and a half minutes gone. Second half, 2-7 to 7 points in favour of Borris-Ileigh. Dolly Maher with the puck out. Good one, down the centre of the field. John McGrath goes for it. Ball comes out to the side of the field where Francis Bland goes for it. Francie brings it out, sends the ball over to Bobby Ryan across the field. Playing a bit of soccer there, playing in a square, but the ball comes for a great catch there by John Conran. John is bottled up. He gets his shot in and goes to the far side of the field where Bobby Ryan goes back for it. Bobby playing a great game, but he loses it. And he comes back for it again. It goes to Michael Ryan. Michael sends it into the centre. Francis Collins and Lawrence Rowan goes for it. The ball goes to Noel the Wire. Noel is blocked out there. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan again. Bobby gets his shot in this time. It comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan is fouled there by Joe Doyle. And there's a free into Borris-Ileigh. Seem to be a couple of Borris-Ileigh men down injured over there on the far side of the field. Timmy Ryan and Bobby Ryan. Seem to have got a tap there after the ball went. Timmy Ryan. Timmy would be an awful loss if he had to go off at this stage of the match. Timmy having a great game at centre field. On Jimmy Houlihan there, Ratnure's danger man. Out to John McGrath. An accidental belt with John McGrath. Timmy seems to be going off for some treatment. I don't know, is it temporary or permanent? Aidan Ryan has come out centre field. Is this free for Borris-Ileigh to be taken by Noel the Wire about 50 yards out from the Rathnure goal? It's a high one. Yes, and it's a great one, and it's a point. A great point there for Noel the Wire. 14 minutes gone in the second half. Just about halfway through as Francis Collins and Lawrence Rowan goes for it. It breaks between them. It goes to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry on the far side on this side of the field sends it high into the centre. Aidan Ryan catches it. A great catch by Aidan. He's fouled by number 13, Pat Codd. Free in to be taken. This one to be taken by Noel the Wire. On the Rathnure side of the halfway line, he sends it low in towards. Ball breaks. Philip Kenny goes for it. The ball comes to Mick Cohn. Send it out to Conor Stakelum there. The ball comes to. Ball comes out to Francis Collins. Francis sends it in towards Conor Stakelum. Jim O'Connell gets it out to the side of the field, out to Lawrence Rowan. Lawrence a long one up this side of the field. It comes between Francis Bland and Mark Russell, or Mark Morrissey. Jerry Stapleton gets it first time. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Rathnure. This to be taken by Jimmy Houlihan. As there's a sub in for Borris-Ileigh, Brian Kenny has come in place of Timmy Ryan, who got a serious belt in a collision there with John McGrath. Jimmy Houlihan cuts this ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. It's blocked out by Aidan Ryan. The referee blows his whistle. Borris-Ileigh the referee blows his whistle as he was taking the name of the sub coming in. So Jimmy Houlihan to take this line ball again with Borris-Ileigh 2-8 to 7 points ahead. Jimmy sends a long cut in. It's blocked out there by Timmy Stapleton. Timmy is on the ground. Aidan Ryan and James Shanahan. The ball breaks into Jerry Stapleton. Jerry gets it out over the line again. It's a line ball again to Rathnure. And I think Jimmy Houlihan, all he's doing all day is running all over the place, taking frees and sideline balls. Maybe if he settled down a bit and played a bit of hurling, he'd probably come more into the game. This one over on the far side of the field, about 22 yards out from the Borris-Ileigh goals. Sends a dangerous ball in, it's blocked out by Nolly Maher. A great save there by Nolly. That was an awful dipping ball. And this is a 70 to be taken by James Houlihan. 17 minutes gone, he sends a high one, but it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. Not playing anywhere near his best today is James Houlihan, or Jimmy Houlihan as they call him down in Rathnure. Nolly Maher takes the puck out. Just 18 minutes gone in the second half. Nolly a high one, the far side of the field. John McGrath goes for it. Breaks it to Noel the wire. Noel gets it on along the ground, but Jim O'Connell goes back for it. Jim's puck is blocked by Noel the wire. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Jim O'Connell not too delighted about that. This one to be taken by Bobby Ryan. Bobby sends a great ball in towards Mick Cohn. Mick and Ted Morrissey. And it's a 70 for Borris-Ileigh. Very dangerous there for Rathnure. Ball went out over the line. It's a 70. Great Harrison there by Mick Cohn inside in the full forward line. As Noel the wire goes out to take this free. Or this 70. Noel, who painted some fantastic 70s in the All-Ireland semi-final and the Munster final against Clarecastle. Strikes this one. Goes to the left, but goes wide. £14 to 7 as Teddy Morrissey sends a high ball down the centre. As John Quigley comes into the game for Rathnure to try and liven up things a bit, but the ball comes to Aidan Ryan. And no, the wire breaks to David Sheehan. David, left-handed, sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Blocked down there by Francis Bland, gets it out to this side of the field. Well, Francis Collins goes for it. Francis, no stop. Francis, ball goes to Jimmy Houlihan. He's beaten by Conor Stakeland. The ball goes to Lawrence Rowan. Lawrence is stopped by Francis Collins. Jimmy Houlihan gets the ball out over the line. The line ball to Borris-Ileigh as Francis Collins seems to be down injured. A lot of the Borris lads getting hard knocks. Of course, Francis doesn't stop up. He's a tough player and always gives his all. Been rubbed there by Tom Tierney. Richard Stakeland comes up to take this line ball. A good one again from Richard. Noel the wire gets it on. It comes to John Conran. John is chased by... The ball comes to Martin Quigley. Martin up along this side of the field. takes a bit of a tumble. The ball goes to James Shanahan. He sends it into the corner into John Quigley. That's a free by Michael Ryan, pulling him down. Jimmy Holan takes this free. Borris-Ileigh just want to get out in front of him as Jimmy Holan sends the ball over the bar. Borris-Ileigh just want to get out in front of that John Quigley and not to mind him. He's just a name. He used to be a good hurler, but he has gone off of it a little. He's just come in as a sub to try and stir things up a bit for them. Ball comes out where Aidan Ryan goes for it. Ball comes to Noel the Wire. Noel sends it into John McGrath. They're doing a bit too much messing as the ball comes to Bobby Ryan. He sends it down to Brian Kenny and Joe Doyle. Joel is fouled by Brian Kenny. And it's a free to be taken by Jim O'Connell. High one in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Jerry Stapleton blocks it down. Comes out to the far side of the field. James Shanahan and Jerry Stapleton go for it. Jerry Stapleton gets the better of it. Jerry gets it first time, and first time again he pulls it. Goes down to the far side of the field, where Martin Quigley and ball comes in there. John Conran goes for it. He gets it out to Joe Doyle. Joe sends it up to this side of the field where it goes to James Shanahan. James is followed by Jerry Stapleton. Ball comes to Joe Morrissey. Joe Murphy, great save by Nolly Maher. Nolly sends it out towards Aidan Ryan. And there's a free for Borris-Ileigh for a foul on Nolly Maher. Free there by John Quigley for a foul on Nolly Maher. Great save in the Borris-Ileigh goals there by Nolly. And that's it. That's what John Quigley has put in there, is to start up that thing. But it's not going to work here today, I'm afraid. But 7 minutes left in the game as Richard Stakelin takes this free. He sends it out to the far side of the field over to where John McGrath goes for it. John lets it go along the ground. Comes back out to him again. John is fouled. John is fouled there by David Sheehan, and there's a free into Borris-Ileigh. And what we would give for another point at this stage. Borris-Ileigh 2-8, Rathnure 8 points. And Borris-Ileigh at the moment seem to be in striking distance of this All-Ireland Club final. As Noel the Wire stands over this one, he takes it, sends it high, but it's gone wide. Went to the right there and went wide. Very bad conditions today to be taken to take frees. Ball comes out, Richard Stakelin goes for it. Great. Well done by Richard. Gets it out to this corner, out to where Brian Kenny goes for it. Ball comes to Brian again. Well stopped in there by Brian. Ball comes to Conor Stakelin. Ball goes out over the line off of Conor Stakelin's Hurley. It's a line ball to be taken by Joe Doyle. Joe takes a bad one. It comes to John Conran. John breaks up along the side here. Ball comes to Jimmy Holan. Jimmy sends it out to the far side of the field. It goes where John Quigley goes for it. John is chased. He looks for his free, but he doesn't get it. Ball comes to Aidan Ryan, out to Conor Stakelin, or Richard Stakelin. Richard left-handed over to the far side of the field. Ball goes to John McGrath. John gets it. A tussle. The ball comes in here into John Conran or to Mick Cohen. A great pass out there to Conor Stakelin. Conor 22 yards out. Steadies himself. Sends a high ball into Teddy Morrissey, but the ball goes off of Teddy's Hurley. An awkward type of a ball. As Jerry Stapleton comes up, I think his Jerry is going to take this one. Minutes left in the game as Richard Stakelin comes up to take this 70. Richard sends it low in towards Noel the Wire. Knocks into Mick Conan and Brian Kenny. Ball comes out to Lawrence Rohan. Blocked by Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan is 40 yards out. Goes out to the left-hand side. He cuts it into where John Connery gets it out. Gets it out. Going for it is Richard Stakelin. Richard sends it over to Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan gets it into Francis Collins. Well picked out there. Francis half hits it. It comes to Jimmy Houlihan. James Houlihan pans it up to John Conran. He gets it along the ground. It goes to number 13, Pat Codd. Pat is tussled out there with Bobby Ryan. The ball's brought out by Francis Milan. Francis gets along the ground. It comes to Johnny Murphy. Johnny is going through. He's blocked there by Michael Ryan. Michael out on the far side of the field. Gets a low one. Out to where Aidan Ryan and Lawrence Rowan goes for it. Rowan gets the better of this one. He's chased there. Jerry Stapleton blocks it down. It comes to James Shanahan. Ball comes out to Jerry Stapleton again. Johnny Murphy has the ball. He sends it out to where Jerry Stapleton gets it again, and Jerry playing great. Jerry having a great game. Sends it out to the side of the field to Conor Stakelum. First time, Conor gets it to Noel the Wire. Noel the Wire and John Conran. Noel is bottled up, but he gets the ball. Ball comes out to Jerry Stapleton. Out to Richard Stakelum. First time Richard sends it up to John McGrath. John McGrath and David Sheehan. David is going on a solo run. He pans it into Lawrence Rowan, but Bobby Ryan goes out after it. Out to John McGrath. Out to Bobby Ryan again. Bobby first time lets it on. Goes to Philip Kenny. This is great hurling. Philip is 50 yards out, and he fouls the ball. He had to let her go first time, maybe. But I suppose he thought he was going to get through. As Jim O'Connell takes this free, Jim O'Connell, the captain, with 4 minutes left in the game. He sends it low on in to where there's no good for it. Goes to James Shanahan. James on the 14. Sends a high one in, but it's gone over the bar. 7 points in the game with 4 minutes left, just under 4 minutes. Borris-Ileigh 2-8, Rathnure 9 points.
That's right.
Ball goes out to the centre of the field. It goes for Aidan Ryan, goes for it. Lawrence Rowan, all the way gets along the ground to Philip Kenny. Philip and Martin Quigley. Let her go along the ground as the ball comes out to Lawrence Rowan. Lawrence sends a low one in where Michael Ryan goes for it. Michael Ryan and Johnny Murphy. Ball is on the ground. Johnny Murphy gets it. He trips over it, but Michael Ryan comes out. Michael, who's grown in stature all the time as this game progresses, gets along the ground to Bobby Ryan. Bobby gets it up to where John Conran goes for it. He's bottled up there. Sends the ball left-handed up to this side of the field, where Richard Stakelin goes for it. Now for pulled there by James Shanahan. Ball comes out to Richard Stakelin. Richard sends it over to Conor Stakelin. Conor 21 yards out. Blocked by John Conran. Ball comes up to the centre of the field. Lawrence Rowan has it. He's blocked there by Aidan Ryan. The ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby ball out to Noel the Wire. Noel sends a high one. Yes, and sends it over the bar. Great point there from Noel the Wire. There's a bit of aggro going on in there between Brian Kenny and the goalie. With about 3 minutes left in the game, or a little less, the ball comes down towards James Shanahan. Jerry Stapleton gets it out, and Richard Stakelin. Ball comes to Aidan Ryan, who has worked tremendous during this game. Aidan is followed by John Conran. Aidan gets his puck in. Comes to Martin Quigley and Philip Kenny. Ball comes to Mick Cohen. Philip gets it in again. Ball comes to Mick Cohen and Martin Quigley. Ball out to David Sheehan. David is chased by Conor Stakelin. He gets his puck in the far side of the field, where John Quigley goes for it. John is on the 21-yard line. He's chased by Michael Ryan. He takes a shot. Great save by Nolly Maher. Well saved by Nolly Maher there. The ball is hit out by Timmy Stapleton. That's a couple of very important saves with the score 2-9 to 9 points. Borris-Ileigh ahead by 6 points. Gets a low ball in towards James Shanahan. He's 14 yards out. He sends a low ball in. It's blocked by Nolan Maher. The ball comes out to Richard Stapleton. Richard gets it again. Brings it up, hands it out to Francis Spillane. Great clearance there by Francie up to the centre of the field. Mick Cohen pulls on it. Half blocked by John Conran. The ball comes to Francis Collins. Francis sends the ball into this corner. Goes out over the line with time very nearly up. Borris-Ileigh with their first chance in an All-Ireland have seemed to come good. This line ball to be taken by Joe Doyle. As the referee looks to call for the ball. Borris-Ileigh are club champions for 1987, 86-87. Great cheering out there as Francis Collins is brought to the ground by excitement. There you have some very excited Borris-Ileigh supporters with the score 2-9 to 9 points. And what a great second half Borris-Ileigh put in. They were playing against the wind there in the second half, and they fought tragically. After missing the services of a very key person in Timmy Ryan in the middle of the second half there, we thought it looked serious as Bobby Ryan there and John Conran share greetings. There you have Mick Cohen, and they're all delighted there. Philip Kenny being congratulated by a lot of people. John McGrath there. John, what a great game. Done some great work in the half-forward line. And this success, I must say, has been brought about by all players concerned, not just one or two individuals, but by all the players. And none better, I suppose, who played today than Aidan Ryan, who had a fantastic game inside corner forward and then came out centre field. And Mick Cohen, who played some very cute hurling inside, and a great, fantastic goal there from Philip Kenny, and another one from Aidan Ryan. And we had some great points as well. There you are, all the Borris-Ileigh, Pat Stakelin down there, Tom Tierney, the whole lot of them, they're all delighted, and we'll have some fantastic celebrations in Borris-Ileigh. And I'd say they will stay going for about a week or a month. Well done. And I have here with me Gerald Russell, the man who I had with me at half-time. Gerald, Rathnure didn't seem to live up to it in the second half. No. They fought hard, but
they never really got into the game. I think that Borris-Ileigh played a very constructive hurling, especially, I said there in my commentary, their full back line, especially of Francis Spillane and Timmy Stapleton and Michael Ryan. They were superb in the full back line, and their goalkeeper, I think, Noel Maher. Noel is really the hero. He saved 2 certain goals, and I think if Martin Quigley there had to get that goal, things might have changed a little, but he was superb. And I think there's one man that can't be left out today. I think he was a real star, and that was Richard Stapleton, their number 5. He really was the dominant star in the second half. He caught some great balls, and he covered up quite well for the half-back line. And I think that, well, I think it would be hard to sort out any Borris-Ileigh player. Them all played very well, but I think Richard came to my mind as one of the great stars on the team.
We have here behind us a former Wexford, well, he's on the Wexford team at the moment. What's your first? Sorry, I forgot your
Martin
first
name.
Fitzhenry. Martin Fitzhenry. Martin, what did you think of the game? Very lively.
A great game, a particularly great first half. I thought the centre half back line for Borris-Ileigh were the major influencing factor on them winning. Richard Stapleton, as my fellow commentator was saying, it was brilliant. He was brilliant. Jerry Stapleton was great, and so was Bobby Ryan. Noel O'Dwyer showed his experience at vital stages, and I thought Philip Kenny at full forward wouldn't be an elegant hurler, but did a lot of grafting.
What about Aidan Ryan?
Aidan Ryan had an extremely good first half. He had a great first half altogether. He's took some great scores, set up some vital chances, and he tired a bit towards the end of the first half, but came back again in the last of the second half and made some vital clearances.
You had, of course, the duel between Timmy Ryan and Jimmy Houlihan at centre field. Timmy, of course, went off injured.
Timmy went off injured, but I think Timmy will go home feeling that he's done a good job today. Jimmy Houlihan, very, very well held by Timmy, and Timmy, for that was a great day's work for him.
Thanks very much, Martin. Okay. And there we'll leave you for just a moment. We'll try and get down for the presentation. Thank you very much. Of the team, Michael Ryan, and selector John McGrath. John, well, it must be said you picked the right team on the day, didn't you?
I think so, yeah. We're thrilled, and I'm not here to talk, John.
They played fierce hard hurling, didn't they? Especially in the second half.
It was a very hard game, clean game, good, hard, honest-to-goodness game, and I think we're the better team on the day, and I safely say that had it been a dry day, we'd have won easier. Timmy Ryan got knocked there, and we brought in Brian Kenny. Brian was in hard luck that he wasn't on the team from the start. I don't want to start mentioning players, but they all worked hard all the year, and this is just reward. We're going back to Borris in a blaze of glory tonight. Let the board fires blaze. We'll see you all in Borris.
Michael Ryan, captain of the team, you must be a very proud captain tonight, or this evening.
Yes, indeed. At times, one would often wonder if you'd ever get there, but in the end it all turned out right, and I'm very pleased, yes. Very proud to be captain this year.
Nolly made some tremendous saves and goals in the second half, didn't they?
Unbelievable, like, they were just snapshots. They weren't really shots that he could judge a shot, but he just snapped up the hand and blocked them. Unbelievable.
Paddy Doyle was talking about John Quigley, the way he was inclined to with the way he comes in, when he comes in as a sub, did he pose you any trouble?
Well, he's a very clever player. Like he was a devil. He tried to make frees, engineer frees. He got one, but maybe it was a free. But immediately after that, he took another dive and didn't get away with it. He was. You could see that the experience was there, and if he got his way, he could cause trouble.
In front of you, of course, you had Richard, Jerry, and Bobby.
Those three men took a lot of weight off us, and really a lot of the time we were looking on. And I think a lot of our victory today is owed to them three. That line really shone out today.
And thanks very much, Michael Ryan. Back in just a second. Experienced campaigners, Liam Devaney, Matt Stapleton, and T.F. Stapleton. First Liam Devaney. Liam, it was as good in All Ireland as has ever played in Croke Park, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good hurling today, it was. Tough hurling.
There, but Borris-Ileigh, it seemed to be the tougher in the end, didn't they?
Yeah, the hurl, they went over about 10 minutes before half time, but came back into it in the second half. Hurled terrible well.
Was it as tough, Matt, as you ever saw played?
Well, it was.
You ever played in yourself?
Oh, it indeed it was. Very tough, and a great effort from true typical Borris spirit and determination and skill, and I think they really gave a wonderful effort and 100%, and I'd like to compliment the backline who are tremendously skillful and tough all through and laid it on for the forwards, and I think you couldn't go without paying compliment to Noel Dwyer, who came really into it in the last quarter of an hour at his age. It was a great show of his strength and skill to do it.
Another old man, of course, centre field, Timmy Ryan. Timmy, of course, probably playing the best of the Rathnure players. Had a great game until he got injured, hadn't he?
He was very unfortunate to get injured. I thought he was having, hurling, typical first-time hurling, typical Timothy Ryan. And yes, very unfortunate that he wasn't able to see the match out to the finish.
That goal that Aidan Ryan got in the first half was a beauty, wasn't it?
It was as good a goal as ever was got in Croke Park, and I'd say Aidan has played himself back in the county team after today's performance. I firmly believe that anyway.
Okay, of course, we got another goal in the first half, Matt. We got a goal from Philip Kinney, didn't we?
Oh, we did, and I think it was a wise decision on the selectors to play Mick Cohen, because he laid it on a plate for him, and the Grafton of Mick and the way he distributed the ball selfishly was a very great feature of the game as far as I was concerned.
Got some great scores, didn't they, Borris-Ileigh?
Yeah.
Some great points.
All terrible well. They all terrible well. But they put a lot into it, down to Ali, and Kem, and they're a good team.
Them saves there by Nolly Maher in the second half, they were well made, weren't they?
Yeah, well, Nolly is a good hurler and has good hands and a capable goalkeeper,
I think the man you really have to compliment and thank, though, is Paddy Doyle, who brought back the real Borris comradeship and spirit into the team, and his coaching was really the thing that changed the team around during the whole year. And I think without the great work he put in, we'd hardly be celebrating tonight, and I think it's a great compliment to him.
Will we get it back here again next year, do you think?
That I don't know. So the man is welcome if he's coming back.
We'll have to try and get him back. Thanks very much, lads. Chairman of the club, I have Conor Stakelum and Rafe Ryan. Tom, were you delighted with the way things went?
Thrilled to bits, because we were worried at half time, trepidation, what have you, 5 points only to the lead, and we were playing against a strong wind in the second half hour. We knew we had a job in hand at half time. Actually, going to Rathnure dressing room there, they were very happy at half time. We weren't happy at half time, but the likes of Richard and Bobby there in the second half hour, our backline as a whole, they really played trumps in the second half hour, and we resorted back to the ground hurling in the middle of the second half hour, and on the day we were the better hurlers.
As I say, this cock must have given them great strength again today.
Yes, Timmy Ryan got that cock yesterday evening, and we weren't allowed out here the normal entrance, but we took him down to the centre, and we got that cock out in the field, and he's part of our victory all the way.
Well, talking about Timmy Ryan, Timmy at centre field played very well, didn't he, on Jimmy Houlihan?
Yeah, Timmy was outstanding, I thought. It's hard to see him going out, hard to see him leaving the field after playing such a tremendous match. Timmy, I'd say, was our trump card particularly the first half hour.
Your brother, of course, Richard, played a fine game at wing back. Or your son, sorry, your son.
That makes me feel very young. Huh? Yeah, he did. He finished well. He finished well. They all had their moments, I'd say. They all had their moments, and it was great for the club. Great to see a club that had put so much into it, to be a heartbreak to see him lose today. And it was great to go down, I'd say, in memory. It'll be a great, and particularly 100 years of the club. What a way to celebrate 100 years. Well done to all concerned, to the team, the officials, the selectors, Paddy, Doyle, you name them, everybody had a hand. A wonderful day for the parish.
There were some great scores, of course, got in the second half, but of course they had to get a man to make him as well, and that was Mick Cohen. Mick played particularly well today, didn't he?
Yes, he was an inspiration to the young lads, I thought, Cohen. But all the team played very well, and the training told for a finish. Yes, that's what it's all about. They're a very good, the best team ever left Borris, I think.
There's three men from Borris-Ileigh. What's the procedure for this evening?
The procedure this evening is that after here we go down to the Clarence Hotel where we're having a meal which all the players and their wives and their girlfriends deserve wholeheartedly. And having arrived in Thurles then tonight at 9 o'clock or so, we will be assembling at the Laneys at Rathnure Bridge at 9:30, where the team will be led by Laurie up to the square, and then we'll have the usual sing-song from Timmy Delaney giving lovely Fair-Ileigh. But going back again, over the whole year, it has been a tremendous year, and we've got tremendous support from our sponsors and those who gave generously to the training fund. Tremendous all here. Only for them, we wouldn't be here today, you could say, because they kept us afloat, they kept us in the black, in the bank books, and we didn't spare any money from a committee point of view, and the players, they were given everything, we felt, and more if they felt like taking more. So it's a wonderful team victory all through. From the committee, I would like to congratulate the committee as well. They're a very organised team and easy to cope with. So.
And thanks very much, Tom Tierney. Trying to get back to the Clarence to get to their team. You picked the right team today. I said it to John McGrath before. I'm saying it to you now. You made the right decision on the day.
Yeah, well, John, we're noted for making the right decisions, so I'd say. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. Mick has plenty of experience and played very well when he came on today. And I mean, we have, as I was saying all along, we have 2 or 3 subs inside, and I mean, it's just the way, whichever way you pick them, like, and they all seem to be coming up trumps for us. And the boys hurled super today. Our half back line were brilliant in the second half. They really had us in it, and Aidan Ryan's hurling in the first half was unbelievable.
Of course, Tommy, it was a very, very, very tough place to play out today with the mist and the heavy ground, wasn't it?
Conditions were bad out there, but our lads, second half an hour, they really hurled, left the ball on the ground, and that's the half back in particular, I think. They won it for us in the sense of the second half. Kept pounding the ball up, no balls went down.
They only made a couple of great saves, didn't they, in the second half?
Yeah, especially in the second half. But Nolly then made a very good save in the first half as well. So, like, Nolly never let you down. So.
Jerry, what was your experience? Were you heart in your mouth for any stage during the match?
It was. At half-time, I felt that Borris-Ileigh had done too much rising and carrying the ball. When they were hurling the ball on the ground, they were much faster than Rathnure. They were beating them out of sight every time they hurled the ball on the ground. They didn't do enough of it in the first half. At the start of the second half, they didn't do it. But once they got into it, in the second part of the second half, they really showed the true spirit of Tipperary hurling and what Tipperary hurling is all about.
We're coming into the National League quarter-finals now. Will this have given Tip a big boost?
It must be the greatest boost that Tipperary hurling could get. To see, you know, such a well-blended team. You had experienced fellas there, Noel Dwyer, Mick Cohen, and then you had the younger fellas coming on, Aidan Ryan, the lads, and every one of them, from start to finish, including the subs, really gave their all, and that's the kind of spirit you need in Tipperary to win anything.
Tommy,
sorry,
I'm getting a belt there from behind. Timmy Ryan had played great until he had to go off injured, didn't he?
Exception again. He best hold it out.
And Francis Collins, of course, it must be said as well.
Yeah, but Timmy in particular, I didn't give an exhibition there in the first half an hour. And in the second half, but sure, the hard look that John McGrath had to hit him. And he was an awful loss to us.
Yeah, he was. Of course, John McGrath had a good game, and Aidan Ryan, the whole lot of them, of course, you could put them all into one category and say they played great. But of course, there were some exceptional players on the field, wasn't there?
Yeah, like on a day like today, John, it's very hard to pick out anyone. I think everyone gave their whole, you know, starting with Noddy. Noddy was absolutely brilliant in goal. But like at this stage now, I'd like to take opportunity of thanking Paddy Doyle, because I think myself in the end that we ran him into the ground and we were completely fitter than him. And Paddy Doyle must take an awful lot of credit for that, because he demanded full commitment from the boys and he didn't accept anything less. And we got the results there today, you know. And it's great credit due to Paddy Doyle, you know. He must, you know.
I must try and get him to the All-Ireland Club final between Borris-Ileigh and Rathnure. Borris-Ileigh victors. We just talked to a few people here in Stapletons Bar. We'll go over here. What's your name?
Mr. PJ Dunn.
Mr. PJ Dunn.
Yeah, that's it.
Were you at the match yesterday?
I was, of course, yeah. I did big out. It was a brilliant day. It was nice to see him win it anyway. They're as good as Killer One any day.
Did you get home early last night?
I got home around 9:30, the train.
What's your name?
Dermot Quinlan. I was at the match, yes. Very good game. Borris-Ileigh had a great win. Played very well today.
Donny Maher here. Donny, were you at the match?
I was, of course, John, yes.
Someone said you went up a week before, did you?
Ah, no, not a week, no. No, not a week.
You enjoyed the match? You had a couple of nephews playing yesterday, hadn't you, Ned?
I heard they were very good, you know, but great victory, wasn't it, John?
It was fantastic, especially against Wexford.
Especially against Wexford. But I don't think they're as good a team as the old time, are they? Would you think, your estimation?
Well, I mean, tis for you to judge. I don't judge on them things. You played the game. I didn't play that much.
Well, I played against Wexford. I played the club and all that. But I definitely said they're a better team than our team.
Are they? No. We'll go over here to Seamus Hines. Seamus, you went up on Monday evening, was it?
I went up Monday morning, went up in time.
You enjoyed the game, did you?
It was a great win, a great team effort. They're the best team ever come over Borris, I think.
For Clonmel.
I was here for a year and a half in Borris-Ileigh, the best place I was ever in. Brendan McDermott married to a girl from Borris-Ileigh, Florrie.
That's right.
Florrie Kinney. We came out today to wish you the best of luck in the future, and we're delighted to hear that you won yesterday. We're sorry we didn't make the match. We're so glad you won. And up Borris-Ileigh every time.
We're going to make up for it.
From Clonmel, I'll tell you, Borris-Ileigh is the next best to Clonmel, and you have great support from Clonmel always.
And there we have the arrival of the famous cock here just behind us. I think he's going to make a stage entrance. What do you think of the match? He played cornerback for Borris-Ileigh yesterday.
Yeah.
You enjoyed the match yesterday, didn't you?
I sure did, of course. St. I wouldn't, it was a great, tremendous match.
And the night?
And the night, and yes, we gave it 100%. We hit it for 6.
And here we have the treasurer coming in the door, hat taken, the man with all the money. He's going to buy a round of drinks for the house. We'll go up along here and we'll get some, an outsider. We're at the match. And he had to...
Again, and I was delighted that I hurled against this man over here, Paddy Kenny.
What we got Paddy inside in the corner there?
Yeah.
We have the treasurer here. We have Father Martin Ryan here from the Philippines.
Hello, John. How are you?
You were at the match yesterday, were you?
I was bigger, John, yeah.
And you enjoyed it, did you?
Very much so. It was a tremendous display by Borris, particularly in the first 10 minutes. They decided to win.
In Thurles, Paddy, who's trainer and coach of Borris-Ileigh, we're just going to go in and get a small interview from him now. Paddy, of course, is a well-known hair machine man himself. Might be able to do a job on my hair or something like that. We'll go in now and see him. Okay, the Doyle's dressing saloon in Thurles. We didn't meet Paddy after the match, so we'll ask him of his impressions of the match and how he saw it. Paddy, it was a great victory, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a very pleasing victory. I was very happy the way it went for the players, and we were very happy to win the match in particular. That was the important thing, to win the match, and winning by a point is all we wanted, and I was quite pleased about it all anyway.
Before the match in the hotel, you stressed a lot of pints, 3 pints in particular, didn't you?
Well, we put emphasis on ground hurling first of all, and first to the ball was the second point we made, I think, and to use the pitch were the 3. I think they were the 3 points you're referring to.
Yeah, that's right.
They were the 3 points we made. But then, having said that, I think they're the 3 points we've been pushing to the forefront the whole year, you know. And it was more, I think, more prominent on this occasion. It was more vital on this occasion that we used those 3 points against Rathnure than against the other opposition.
First four pints that Borris-Ileigh got were lovely pints, weren't they? Lovely scores.
Yeah, they were well taken pints. And like we said before the match, it was a day we felt that somebody was going to come good and get scores. Somebody always seemed to come good on the day. And this time it was Aidan Ryan took 2 of the first 4 anyway, and Philip got 1. Was it John McGrath got the 4th. They were the 4 pints, and were well taken pints, and it was great confidence booster to the players.
Rathnure then came down and got two very good pints and looked to be very menacing, didn't they?
Well, yes, they did. Well, they're from play. One was a play free and the other was from play, I think. And yeah, well, it looked bad at that stage, I thought. It was only a 2-point lead after maybe a quarter of an hour. But it's generally the last quarter that you get scores like that.
Then we came back up the field, and of course it was a great pass from Aidan Ryan. He made a solo run from about 20 yards and passed it into Philip Kenny.
Yeah, that was a very vital goal, and the well-taken goal by Philip, almost identical to some of the ones he had scored earlier in the championship. And then, of course, Aidan's own goal, 5-10 minutes after 26 minutes, that was probably the vital score of the whole hour. We needed that goal badly at that stage, and he took it well, I thought.
Actually, there was 2 of them following it in that time. Conor Stapletons was in after him.
After was it, yeah. Well, it was Aidan that put it away, and it was a well-taken score, because he had to run a good 30 yards to put that ball into the net, I thought. Yeah.
In the first half, Timmy Ryan at centre field done an exceptional job on Jimmy Houlihan, didn't he?
Houlihan, as you can recall from our pre-chat and everything else, he was the vital man, and we had to hold Houlihan. And Timmy Ryan was excellent, and he did a tremendous job on Houlihan.
You weren't any bit worried at half-time?
We were worried at half-time, there was no doubt about that. Well, having seen the football game before that, and there was only 3 points, I think, in that match at half-time. We weren't in a terrible position at half-time by leading by 5. But if a goal had to go in shortly after half-time, we'd have been in terrible trouble then. And it was, I think, from the second half onwards that the team gave them their best hurling.
The backs really stood out well in the second half, didn't they?
The backs were great the whole way through. There was one or two little slips. They weren't really coming, we'll say, as a unit, all 6 of them in the first half. But in the second half, all of them came good together. And the full back line was outstanding all the way through, I thought, except for 1 or 2 little slips in the first half. But generally, they were outstanding all the way through. But the half-back line took complete control in the second half, along with Timmy and Francis in the middle of the field. And the ball didn't pass that area, you know.
The introduction of Michael Cohen before the match, Mick seemed to be a great asset to the team, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was outstanding, and he's laying off passes more than anything else is his strongest play, I think. And again, as you could see from the tape of the game, that he was laying off the passes, and his experience was tremendous, you know.
There at the end of it, I suppose it must have been very pleasing for you to
yes, it was. Yeah, it was pleasing. It was pleasing to win it. When you go into it, I just didn't dream at any stage during the year that we'd go the whole way. And as it turned out, we did. And probably as the year was going on, it was getting a little bit, you know, looking a bit more like that we might win the All-Ireland. But you don't have it won until the thing is over. And when it was over and the final whistle had gone, it was a great relief.
Nolly brought off some great saves, didn't he?
Well, he's doing that all the year, and he continued again last Sunday. He played one bad match since I went to Borris-Ileigh. And that's from the very first match to Mivara match. He's been outstanding all the way through.
I suppose it wouldn't be right to ask you what are your intentions this year.
No, it wouldn't. No, no
Paddy,
comment at all.
No comment. Well, Paddy, you have done an exceptional job with Borris-Ileigh, and from the people of Borris-Ileigh, I'd like to thank you very much, congratulate you and thank you. And well, we hope we might have you this year.
Never know.
After being in with Paddy Doyle there in Thurles, we're back here in Bishop Quinlan Park, the setting where everything started here this time last year. I think Tom Tierney was saying there was something around 168 nights training done here. But this is it. This is the lovely Bishop Quinlan Park, and it's a great memory to the people who came before, who have come before when they had a hay shed or just an old cow shed over there in the corner. Those men like Paddy Cummins, Mick Pryor, Martin Ryan have done an awful lot to bring the players that we had up in Croke Park yesterday. They nursed them along, and I think great credit must be due to them. This is a beautiful setting, and I hope next year that we'll bring it back again, the cup maybe. We had 3 this year, maybe we'll have 3 more. And so, as we say, good luck from Borris-Ileigh. We have great memories of the year. Let's hope we'll have as good next year.